Hi guys. Hi guys, welcome to Robin Hood Diaries tonight. I'm so glad you could be with me, as always. Mean it. This is about Melissa Gilbert. It's going to be all over the place, so you don't have to kind of follow this necessarily linear line of, oh, the first half is the last half is an outro, blah, blah. So let's just dive right in randomly because this is as unscripted as it gets. And that is intentional. I wanted to throw myself into this. I don't like to be any preppy anything unless it's like a long list of shit I want to get over. So I land the part, and here's what this show is not about. It's not about the fact that Michael Landon was my favorite director I have ever worked with, second to Carl Reiner. So Carl Reiner and Michael Landon up here, everyone else down here. Why? Because they pay attention, or at least to me as an actor. Others don't. So getting to Little House. Now, if we're going to talk about Melissa Gilbert, I know there's this bitch prairie of the whatever floating around by Alyssa, or whatever her name is, Allison Arngrim. I was in the makeup trailer with her. I was kind of a little horrified as a 12-year-old at her banter with the makeup artist. Then I was subsequently horrified decades later when she tried to viaticate my patients when I was a social worker working with HIV and AIDS folks. Viatication is very questionable behavior, and then she became some kind of AIDS diva. I addressed that in the show. It's not about any of those things. So it's about Melissa Gilbert, right? Right. So first, again, just touching on Michael Landon, I can't believe I have this part. I am 12 years old, and I believe Melissa was pushing 15 at the very least when I was hired, maybe 14, when I was hired as 12 to be her first love interest in the series. Okay, and I can only say that not because we were dancing and crying and loving and hating each other in the schoolyard, but there is an entire segment devoted to her, like, despair over the fact that I'm not paying attention to her and I was mean to her, and she cries herself to sleep over me. Little chipmunk face, precocious, whatever at that point. 12, remember? So I'm hired on as her leading man. I mean, you know, way before all that teacher stuff and whatever else she was dating or whatever, which was, I agree with her, quite awkward, you know, being of her age, because I was only 2 years younger, to be suddenly this married matron to these older guys. Point being, I arrived to the set. Okay. So I have worked with actresses like Katie Kurtzman and other actresses. I did tons of work. Height of my career, of course, is, you know, capped at 13. So I've worked with these actresses, these young actresses, again, Katie Kurtzman, a plethora of others that are just very not nice, especially if you are arriving into their space in one way or another, I find. And I'm going to say actresses because I'm OG. So unlike any of the other young actresses that I had worked with, much less one that is 14 going on 15, who is much less having been paired up for her first love interest with a 12-year-old. Me. Have you seen me at that age? I mean, I was working, but whoa. So I arrive. This woman is as gracious as can be. Now,